Hello, I am Whitney. I'm a developer advocate at Datadog, but today I'm playing the part of a developer. And I work at a very important company, and we're close to making the Magnificent 7 the Magnificent 8. And my company serves this image of a rainbow, and when you press the spider button, it adds a spider. So if I can, I'm nervous, there we go. So if you want to, no, I didn't want to view the page source. I learned this new trick where you can create a QR code for a page by right-clicking. So if you want to have my company's illustrious Spider Rainbows app, it will change throughout the course of this presentation, spoiler alert, so it's fun to see it on your phone and that it's a real thing. I'll generate this again later. So my company, we made this Spiders app, and we're getting complaints from our users that they're not happy because it's not realistic, because they're just really upset because spiders don't have teeth. And they're just like, what the heck? Spiders don't have teeth. We can't, this app is unusable. We need to fix this. So as a developer, I'm going to do some work to fix this, and I'm going to simulate that work here in my oh, I have, excuse me. Yes, okay. In my terminal, and I'm going to just, I have a script because no one needs to actually see me develop anything. So I just developed a new feature, just like that, magical. Okay, but here's the thing. Now I need to interact with my company's platform and follow my company's policies to get this thing into production. So you know how I'm going to do that? I can't be bothered to write a commit message anymore because now I have a new best friend. Sorry, Victor. And that best friend is Claude.
Thank you, Claude. Finally.
I want to, oh, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Claude Code with an app called Whisperflow, because I also can't be bothered to type anymore. So I'm going to say, hey, Claude Code, I just developed a new feature. Help me get it into production. So let's see what happens here. So definitely I don't want to write a commit message. So we're going to get a commit message out of this. I'm eventually going to also run it through CI/CD. It's going to get reviewed. And then I want to create a PR. I want to merge that PR. And this is all work that's unique enough that it can't be automated. But that also needs to, but it also needs the developer's attention. So right now what it's doing, you saw me clear the context at the beginning, so it knows nothing about anything. So it's looking at my code base now to figure out what changed, to figure out what commit message to write. And so we're doing that. Here we go. We're going to update spider image v1 to v2, removing teeth since spiders don't have teeth or jaws. Spiders only consume liquids through their mouth straws by injecting digestive enzymes into prey and slurping up the resulting soup. Sorry.
Whomever of you thinks that there is no value in AI?
So yes, I think that's an excellent commit message. I do want to proceed. And so now I know that it needs to, because I'm a developer and I've worked here a long time, I know the next thing it needs to do is get approved by my CI/CD pipeline. So I'm going to wait for it to go do that. And I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but what I'm trying to show here is that the new, what's this? Oh, we're going to create the PR. Of course, we need to do that first. So here we go. Spiders don't have teeth. It slurp through their little mouth straw. So yes, we're creating the PR. The point is, your developers are not interfacing with your platform in the way they used to. As a developer, I'm doing everything I can do to stay within here. So first of all, I just realized I made a mistake. My company has a template I'm supposed to use for PRs, and I got distracted and didn't use my company's template. Also, it's trying to get me to look at my code review, but I know that I need to, what about CI? I know that my CI/CD needs to pass, so I'm having to babysit that part of it.
The whole point so far, and we'll get further, is that developers in your company are or will be very soon using AI, right? And you're building platforms, right? And if those platforms somehow are not made in a way that AI, Claude Code in this case, Cursor, whatever you're using, that it's capable of interacting and finding out how to do and what to do and why to do it. If you don't build it that way, your developers will be bypassing you completely, right? It will just say, I cannot deal with that stuff.
So I had you reminded to use the CI/CD pipeline to check for that first, and I want to do that in Cloud Code because it's going to propose a fix for me, and I don't want to have to go fix it somewhere else. But it's also a dummy, and it's trying to change the test instead of changing the code. So now I'm going to say,
you're an idiot. Don't change tests, change the code.
I missed it here.
Idiot, change the code, not tests.
There we go. When our tech overlords come, when our AI overlords come, they're going to think I'm the mean one.
I always do that to her AI. I don't want my AI to go against me. They can remember things.
So we're doing that, and then as what came up before, we have CodeRabbit in place next. And so CodeRabbit is going to review the PR. And what CodeRabbit does, so we're committing and pushing again. What CodeRabbit's pretty cool because it's not like just a linter. It actually understands how your code works, that you're making a PR around, and it understands the wider code base, and it's looking for consistency, it's looking for code quality, it's looking at performance, it's looking at, oh, thank you. It's looking at, it's also looking, if your documentation is different than what the actual code is doing, it'll let you know about that. So it's a really cool AI agent that is going to do our next round of reviewing. But we just agreed for it to sleep for 30 whole seconds.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so the story is that we need to start thinking if people are going to start using agents, and they are, right? Whether you like it or no, whether you do it, whatever you think about it, people in your company are doing it, officially or unofficially, right? If you ban it as a company, they will be equivalent of shadow infrastructure, and they will do it anyway, right? So what we need to think about is how do we enable our work, and when I say our in this context, I mean like platform engineers, builders, whatever we call ourselves, platform engineers. How do we enable somebody else's agents, probably generic ones, to follow the processes we created, to execute the things that we already have, right? And how to do the things that should be done in a correct way. Like one of the things that happened right now, I mean a few minutes ago, is that PR was created without using the format that we defined in advance, right? Because Claude Code, in this case, Sonnet, has no idea that in our organization we use PR templates, right? How could it know? It cannot know in advance. And
so CodeRabbit reviews come in. I use the MCP server to interact with it. So an MCP server is a tool that's that works with my agent, so my agent can access information that's external to my code base. And it's telling me I have one problem that I have to extract the inline styles to CSS class. So I have a CSS, whatever. It's a nitpick, it's calling it, but it's definitely a way to improve my code. And I'm going to defer it to later because this is a live demo and that would be boring to watch. And it has a second nitpick problem. Let's see what it wants. It says, while the 12 lines of comments about spider anatomy are accurate and entertaining, they may be excessive for production code, which is fine. We're going to skip that too. So I'm going to skip our code, like actually changing and re-reviewing, because this is a demo and that's boring. But the point is that we have a review happening, and I still don't have to leave Claude Code to get that review and work with that review. So it's thinking, let's see. Yeah. So we're going to merge the PR. And once we merge the PR, then I have Argo CD. It's going to set up, first it's going to go through GitHub Actions. It's going to build a new image. It's going to change the configuration. Argo CD has picked up the change. And I have a GitHub webhook set up to trigger Argo CD to sync. So it should all be pretty quick. As quick as these things can possibly be. And then meanwhile, I'm going to need to remember as a developer that I want to clean up the branch that I'm on and make sure I'm back on main. So I'm going to be working on that while Viktor
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I should entertain a guest, huh? Okay, so going back to the platform, right? There are very, very complicated things that you can do, that you should be doing. You should be building your custom agents. You should maybe do additional learning of models. You should be setting up vector databases. You should be setting up graph databases, filling it with knowledge, and so on and so forth, right? And that's probably some things that many of you will be doing in the future, maybe next year, what's not, right? But there are some things that you can do extremely easy, extremely fast. And it will sound silly, but actually it's extremely, extremely useful. You can start creating your own commands right away. You can create your, when I say slash commands or prompts, I mean basically augmenting the context of the agents. Meaning that think about how can I instruct AI, what are the exact processes in my company, those that I've been building in a platform already so far, and where are the tools that I can all execute. You will see in a second, very, very soon. Are you done?
No.
You will see a few examples of those. For example, most of the things that Whitney did so far, from a company perspective, is wrong. Right?
We have version 2 up, everyone. You can see it on your own. You can see it on your own phones now, too. So now we have more accurate spiders that slurp up fly soup through their little mouth straws. So success. So now, what Victor's talking about, the platform engineering team has come in and given me, the developer, better tools to work with to be able to go through this entire process. In fact, over in my code base, I still am cleaning up branches from going from V1 to V2. So what I'm going to do as a developer, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some very hard work and develop my next feature. All right, so the problem right now, well, actually it's a good thing. So at my very, very popular and successful company with spiders and rainbows, actually our users freaking love the scary spider. They're like, yes, more scariness, please. So we're gonna make, the new feature we're gonna develop is just to make the most horrific spider we could possibly come up with. So we're looking for unholy nightmare fuel is one of our success metrics. So I've developed the, source PRD is not found. I don't know what that means. Because I'm not on the right branch yet, because I haven't closed out the last one, because I'm so excited to move on. So let's, Victor, why don't you tell them why our abstract is completely different from what we're actually talking about? I'm supposed to speak only when you make a mistake, huh? Yes. Draw attention to your mistake.
Anyways, what you're about to see very soon is probably the first step that I've seen many people are making. That's to make slash commands, right? Now, it might sound easy. Kind of, you just need to write a bit of markdown text in a file. But it's actually much more complicated than that, because it takes probably quite some effort, usually a couple of days, maybe a full week, just to nail the exact process that AI should do. Kind of, what do we do? What do we do when we start a new feature? What do we do when we want to continue working on a feature? What do we do when the feature is done? And that, when a feature is done alone, it probably consists of 50 different operations that we need to do. Like if you need to make sure that you're on a branch, you need to make sure that you commit with certain message, you need to make sure that you create a pull request, you need to make sure that CI is running, you need to analyze what the results are, you need to code review, you need to do a bunch of things, right? And what usually want to start with is codifying all that, unlike the previous case where you used, I don't know, whatever you're using, Java, Shell, whatever, you know, right? Now we're codifying it in English. And that's probably your first month or two of the journey, right? Afterwards, you will get more serious and you will start creating your own agents. You will start creating your own MCP servers and so on and so forth. We're going to see that later. For now, let's take a look at one of those commands. So
I have now developed version 3, the horrific nightmare fuel spider. And now I'm going to clear Claude Code, because I like when Claude Code doesn't know the last thing I did, because it's a good thing because I have this PRD that's a source of truth and I want it to remain the source of truth. So I'm going to go ahead and run the PRD done command in like a cooking show kind of way. So we're going to pretend I just developed a feature using all the new tools that my platform team just gave me. So I'm running PRD done, which I'll talk about in just a moment. There we go. And develop, hold on.
So did you mess it up? Should
Yes,
we talk?
I did. Yeah, talk. I should have gotten
You see, don't give AI to people.
Don't worry, I have a script for this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because if you execute it third time, then it will work.
I'm running a reset to V2 baseline script.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, and now I'm going to develop my next version. First, I'm going to check my branch. Please stop staring at me.
It's so entertaining. There's nothing nicer than seeing people fail. Especially when they're supposed to be professionals who prepared for their session, that they know exactly what they're going to show. They prepared, they know what they're going to talk about. They synchronize between speakers. That's
How
awesome.
many times I've run this in my own time so that, okay, let's see what, no, I don't know what I did wrong and I don't know how to recover. We're gonna do this in real time. I have a develop next feature script that's supposed to set up version 3 of my application with the new PRD and cherry pick commands. Look at that part of my script and tell me what it does and tell me why it's not working. This is how I really use Claude Code at home. I honestly really use Whisperflow too at home where I can just talk to it. So it really has replaced Viktor as my best friend. So what I can show you in the meantime, though, is I have these PRD commands that are available to me. And this is how I really did develop all the features in this whole app. So when I have an idea of what I want to do, I'm going to use the PRD create / command. And when I do that, I'm going to have a conversation with Claude Code. And Claude Code's going to ask me some questions. I might ask Claude Code questions and try to understand it. And once that's done, it's going to create a PRD document. PRD for a product requirements document. It's going to create that PRD for me, and it's also going to create an issue for me. Yes. So let's hear it. What version 3 script does. We want a clean, reproducible V3 development workflow. And why it's probably not working is get those are on main one with commit ahead. Yes. Fix it. How about just fix it? I'm so spoiled, right? So back to the point, PRD. So let's do it. I would make the PRD create with PRD create, and it creates the PRD and it creates a branch. And then when I'm ready to develop, except not a branch, an issue. Then when I'm ready to develop, I run PRD start, and then PRD start creates the branch, and we started working. And then once I'm done, I'm maybe done with work for the day, but my feature's not done, I can do PRD update progress, and that's going to check off stuff in my PRD that's done, and that's also going to make a work log of everything I've done, only if there are changes. Whatever. I'm just going to, this is an adventure. It's also going to create so it's going to mark off what I've done so far and create a log. So then next time I come back to it, I can run PRD next, and it's going to jump in right where I left off. Like it looks at recent conversation, it looks at recent Git commits, it figures out what PRDs I'm working on, and figures out exactly where I am in that PRD, and it suggests what our next work should be. I have no idea how much I'm screwing up my life when just agreeing to everything that Claude Code suggests. And then one thing that happens often, let me add one more fix. PRD file, okay. One thing that happens often is that I'll be working and working on the feature I want to make, and then what happens is I don't want, like the thing I thought I wanted when I planned it, now that it's time to build it, I don't actually want that thing. So I have a script, I have a PRD command for that too.
I'll give her mine.
And that is PRD
Right,
update decisions. And so that's going to change the PRD based on the new decisions I've made. And then when it's done, I have PRD done, which is what I was going to actually run for you in person. The script should now work reliably. Let's see. Reset to V2. Let's see.
Now, I think that the important point, and this is going to sound scary, and you're going to disagree with me most likely, is that whatever interfaces you're building right now, you're building some CLIs, you're building some web UIs, you're building some interfaces that help developers do something, right? That's what platform engineering is about. You're building a platform in the APIs first and foremost, but then also some interfaces that developers can use to interact with your platform. All that will be partly or fully gone. And that's a reality that we need to face today, right? It will be gone simply because the new interface that almost all developers in your company will be using is Cursor or Cloud Code or what else is there? Copilot, if you're very unlucky, and a few others, right? And that creates some kind of existential crisis, right? Because I'm building a platform, I'm giving people web interface, I'm giving them CLI, and they will stop using all those things, right? Because that's simply not the direction that they're going, unless we force them, which is nice if you can force people to do stuff. But then that's slavery, not good. So what we need to think about is how do we bring what we are building right now as a platform into those tools, into Cloud Code, into Cursor, what's not, right? And the answer to that question, not maybe from day one, at the very beginning, that's prompts, that's /commands, it's easy. But the answer for that is codify all your platform, all your interactions with the platform as MCP, as an agent, or something like that, which is something that we would show you if Whitney did not screw it up.
You know what I did is I cleaned up my.
There are no excuses that can cover
PRD
this.
Files.
There is nothing you can say to make me not be ashamed of this talk.
This is the first time we've done like tons. Woo! Ow! Thank you. Thank you. Great. Cloud Code did it. You all saw Cloud Code do it. So I can run PRD done. I do also before it takes it away from me when I run the cat. So this, as promised, here's PRD done. And so it's going to go through that whole process I demoed for you before, which the process I demoed for you before was an improvement. It was nice for the developer to have those tools handy and to be able to do things a little more quickly and easily than they could before. But now with this, it's foolproof. And we're following company policy. For example, the template, the PRD template I forgot to follow. It's baked into what I'm doing. So it's gonna, I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna trust it. So I want to go over the PRD. I guess.
Too late.
Too late. PRD has been committed to complete the PRD workflow. Cool. So, wow, that was fast. So the PRD looks something like this. Right now we're running it through GitHub. Do you know what? I'm going to skip ahead. I baked an error in there because I wanted to demo something else. So there's something wrong with the Kubernetes deployment. I want you to remediate with the MTP tool. Yeah?
The important, yeah, press it.
Oh, it's been committed. I haven't. Shouldn't it go through the PR?
I don't know. I never prepared for this demo.
For the PRD done command, shouldn't you be making a PR and merging it and stuff? We need to get that done first. And now, spoiler alert, I baked in a Kubernetes error. But so this is kind of hard to see. It's a lot hard to see. So the PRD is actually quite long. And we have a problem statement, solution summary, user impact, developer experience that we want to have. success criteria that are all checked off because the feature is done. We have technical approach. This is the real PRD that I really went through when I was making this. We have multiple spiders layouts, implementation approach, code comment strategy, milestones. Milestones are a big thing I use when I'm developing. To me, I want this to represent enough work to fit into one Git commit. Like I'm thinking in terms of milestones. Acceptance criteria. Now it's working, doing more. It's using the pull request template. Finish. What do you want?
Is this press?
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Wait.
Remind me not to use you next time in a live demo.
Stop it. If we have any chance, I really want everyone to see the horrific spider.
They're kicking us out. She's looking at us angrily. Look at it. You saw those eyes?
Okay.
Have you seen those eyes?
But it's over.
She's
But
very
those
angry.
of you who saved the QR code, I am going to push the horrific spider image. So thank you so much. Thanks for bearing with me. This is a lot of fun. I hope you learned something. Bye, y'all.